Hello, my name is Atia, and my project is on creating safety in naturopathic care. So, what problem did you plan to solve? And I planned to solve threat cues in patients that they could potentially experience in practice and how to establish that safety for them in practice. What are threat cues? They are signals that can make a patient feel unsafe, judged, or disrespected. Example of threat cues, we have financial, which causes shame and avoidance and distrust; cultural, which can reinforce power imbalance; psychological, which increases anxiety and reduces disclosure; and we can use safe language and safe communication to mitigate these threat cues. How do we establish safety? Through safe language and safe communication. Here I am presenting a pamphlet that I created, where I implemented safe language and safe communication tools that we can use in practice to mitigate financial, cultural, psychological threats that patients can experience in practice. Here is the first page. The second page, here we have our threat cues. We have our micro skills that practitioners can read. It's a checklist and see if they already implement some of these things. And then the other pages are about how to implement financial safety, cultural safety, and psychological safety in practice. At the end, we have our goals that practitioners would achieve by implementing these tools, and then why implementing these tools in practice matter. Here at the bottom of the pamphlet, we have a link that goes to our Say This, Not That chart. And then over here, we have a link that leads to affordable naturopathic care treatments in Toronto. This is the Say This, Not That chart, where you would avoid saying these phrases to the left, and instead, here are examples of what you could say on the right. And this is the info sheet I created on the affordable naturopathic treatment options that we have in Toronto. Here we have a link that goes to our other Toronto community health centers that are not specific to naturopathic care. What domains are related and how? Anti-oppression. Anti-oppressive communication helps prevent harm and support safe, equitable access to care. Professional regulation in health systems, because understanding the system helps reduce access barriers. So, example, knowing the affordable options and providing that information to patients, as well as knowing how to safely communicate with them, etc. Ways of knowing. So, by knowing these threat meters or these threat cues, we understand how to better um, provide safety in our practice, and knowing what to say and how to safely communicate with our patients, because safe communication honors lived experience and creates better outcomes. And professional success, we could use micro skills or the pamphlet in general to practice or provide safe communication, as safe communication improves trust, retention, adherence, and outcomes. What did I have to learn to solve the problem, and did this evolve? I had to learn how we provide safe language, and I showed that in the Say This Not That chart, and this evolved to um, learning on what practitioners could do through safe communication and language to provide financial safety, cultural safety, and psychological safety in practice. What did you do to learn these things? I used class material. I researched systemic literature reviews. I had an interview with an ND that served underserved patients. I also interviewed a patient who was undergoing affordable naturopathic care. Did you achieve your objectives? Yes, I did. How do I know? Via implementing and achieving all my objective goals. The only thing that I didn't do was making the final evaluation and adjustments, as I would need um, a peer review or a supervisor review and then implement those edits into my pamphlet. What did you learn? I learned that communication is a clinical intervention, cost transparency and cultural humility are not add ons. Patients avoid care when they feel unsafe. Anti oppression requires ongoing self reflection. And also, I learned that when patients feel safe, they can finally focus on healing. I also learned how to create communication tools and draft a communication focused pamphlet. And I also learned about the community health centers that we have in Toronto. We even have a community acupuncture that we offer once a month to patients. And we started this around a month ago, so that was cool to learn about. And then we also have specialized treatment, naturopathic treatment for patients with HIV and AIDS at our Sherburne location. Did you answer your question and gain more clarity on the problem? Yes, I did. Via my pamphlet, I answered my questions via creating these safe communication and language tools to mitigate threat cues. How will your practice/study change? It will change by using the communication tools and achieving these goals. Um, I will also, in practice, be able to now treat safety as the first intervention, use clear, respectful, plain language, offer tiered treatment options with transparent costs, avoid assumptions, pause and check in with the patients, reflect on my own personal power, and integrate community resources. What gaps remain? Evaluation from real patients, language and cultural adaptation, system level barriers, and clinician self awareness. Because even with better communication, we must still be conscious of the deeper systems that restrict access and belonging in healthcare. Next steps: get feedback, implement the edits, send them out to practitioners, get feedback from those practitioners, make adjustments where needed. And then later on down the line, we can also implement these ones as well. And this concludes my presentation. These are the references I used to create my pamphlet. Thank you.